Hello everyone, my name is James Klim. Welcome to the Reign Series 2 Segment 3 Director's Commentary. With me, I'm joined by two special guests. The first guest is the voice actor for Chloe Moody, Izzy.
Hello.
And the second one is the voice actor for the crazy professor, Tyler Moore. Tyler W. Moore.
Hi, I'm Tyler.
Oh,
So,
God.
Segment 3.
I sound like that sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely do, because you also voice act the crossdresser.
Yes.
Who does the
Which
gulping sound.
I
I haven't put the gulping sound in yet, but I will.
that will be in there by the time.
It will be in there.
See this.
Yeah, so welcome to segment 3. We assume that you've seen the episode already, and if you haven't, then go watch it, or just watch us talking over it. Segment 3 is really long, and it's really it's smack in the middle. Not really, because, well, 3 is half of 6, but like 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, they're both 3, so I think like halfway through segment 3 is technically the halfway point. But regardless, it's where all the shit comes together, and the professor goes crazy. Chloe tries to get Tom's pants and all that junk.
When does she not try to get Tom's? I think in the very beginning before she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only time.
Yeah, and like segment 1, segment 1 she's good. Segment 2 she begins it, and then 3 she comes into the bar, and that's when she officially starts acting really crazy. I don't know how we're going to talk for 30 minutes, because I've said everything, and it's only been like 2 minutes.
That's your problem.
So to reiterate, for the next 31 minutes.
No, the next 29 minutes and some odd seconds.
Yeah.
Was it hard for you guys to voice act any of the parts to bring up a conversation?
Well, because when you brought up the crossdresser, I kind of wanted to bring in the genesis of that. But if Izzy wants to go first.
Mm-mm.
Okay. By all means, I'll go.
Thank you.
Okay. So, I tend to look for roles that are different or would challenge me in some way. Usually as a voice actor, they just ask for you to do your normal voice. And pretty much when I was offered the role of the professor, he's just like, hey, do your normal voice. And I was like, fuck that. And I changed it up just a little bit. Because I'm very defiant.
Yeah, like
We've
in segment...
noticed.
In segment 1 and 2, your voice was kind of grady and just kind of not really monotone, but more like,
no, I'm talking
so
about
serious
in series
right
1.
now. Oh, series 1, okay.
Yeah, you basically just said, hey, do your normal voice. I basically wrote this to your voice.
Okay.
And I was like, no, I'm gonna deepen a little bit, make him sound more like a professor or whatever.
Yeah.
Because professors are known for their deep voices.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway. So I was reading the script for this segment, and what I really like about Reign is the human stuff. Tom, Ted, and Aaron is what I think is. I'm having trouble with words. I think is the best element of it, and I really enjoyed the crossdresser scene. And I was wondering. How is it, how does he plan on doing this? Is it going to be a man doing a woman's voice, or a woman trying to sound manly, or if he even had anybody for it? So I asked, and then I asked if he had anybody for it, and I just decided to do it. And then
you did a great, the voice is creepy good.
I know, it scared me. I was like, wait, what?
Creepy good. It's good, but it's freaking nuts.
Exactly.
Scares me.
That's so good.
That could be a real
weird.
person in real life, and there probably are people in real life who sound like that. But yeah, that
Not harping on them.
No. just it was great, but it was awkward.
That I sound like this generally, and then I sounded like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could. With the professor, as you said, I was actually really worried about this. Before you released a clip, I had been thinking that my voice acting for the professor this time around was really shit.
Oh yeah.
And
Is this
And-
the voice actors trailer?
No, the warthog.
Oh, okay, okay.
When you put that out, I actually got a bit of confidence on it because then I remember I was trying to put a little bit of personality into it. I was really trying to, with the craziness. I think you kept like hinting at maybe going sort of a. I can't remember.
Oh yeah. It was from Alan Wake. It was Mr. Scratch.
Oh, and yeah, I
Yeah.
had no idea what that was.
Yeah. I linked you a video, and like he's like all flipping out and just super zany and crazy, and I'm like, oh, here's an example. Go for that type of thing.
Yeah, and then I think what I ended up doing was I really just wanted, like, whenever I'm on screen, and just for like whoever's around me, whoever's watching, just to be really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I think, like, and that's where I was trying, because I really suck at doing an evil laugh.
You did a good job.
But I just decided, let's make it like this really uncomfortable laugh that just like makes you cringe.
It makes you go like, I can do better.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, man. I love you, man. Not that weird way, though, because you're fucking precious.
Girls love a guy who's honest. And
So.
Someone else can talk now. I've been.
Yeah.
Well,
Someone else can do it. I don't want to do it anymore.
I can just take over this commentary.
I got this. Let me pull out my guns. Got it.
Okay.
When you were gaining confidence when you saw the clip, Tyler, did you gain confidence by seeing your voice and like hearing it again, or like did you like because you know hearing just the audio and then hearing it in the actual machinima where you know the character is there and he's moving and your voice is like, was that like, oh, it fits because like the head's moving with the voice? Was that how you kind of gained?
It wasn't necessarily that. I think it's hearing it with the other voice actors because when we record these things, we have no idea what.
It's in case everyone's wondering, when I get lines from people, they're not in a booth like you know together. It's like I get one line for.
Out to New Jersey.
Yeah,
it's totally rad. I get flown coach every time I'm in this class.
Oh yeah.
I get one line from like here's for the professor, here's for Chloe, here's for Nikki, here's for Tom. Like it's all separate, and which is one thing I love making the machinima is that when I'm able to put all that together, and it sounds great. And it sounds like if I'm lucky enough, I can actually make it sound like they're all in the same room or like they're all talking like they were in real life. But actually, every single piece of dialogue is just people by themselves talking into a microphone. So.
Hey, I've recorded that way before, though. We all got into a Skype call or whatever.
We did?
And we had our recording equipment on, and
that's something I really want to try.
It's fun because you can really feed off of everyone, and the volume of emotion can be the same, and it's not overly dramatic for one and not for the other.
Yeah, but the one thing I get nervous about, like that kind of situation with, is if like I had a long line.
Or if that happens, like you screw up like midway. Well, like what happens if people screw up? Like do you just like cut and then start over again?
Well, you just keep recording. That's the glory of it. Like I have this whole stream of the entire conversation, and it has like before we read our lines and after, and then everything in between, and then the director just cuts it up. I help by trimming it a lot. But every take is in there, so he can. If it's broken up enough, you can plug pieces together that weren't together before to make it even better. So
I'm guessing improv comes into play a lot with that.
It's kind of nice.
That's not really the way improv really works unless you just like change up a line.
Yeah.
Or in Jamie's case where he just like keeps talking.
Yeah, Jamie does such an amazing job. I don't know how the hell. I honestly think he's like one of the very few voice actors or just people who voiced for me or other people. Like I don't know, like when he does Ted, it's so unique, and he'll just like he'll say the line and then he'll just go bullshit something else, and it sounds great. And like
Jamie's like of all the voice actors I work with a lot of great voice actors. But Jamie, like, just the way he can improvise, like, off of nothing. Like, if he just thinks, like, oh, this line's even a little bit weak, he'll do the line normally, and then he'll do another take where he just goes insane with it, and it's amazing.
It's so good. And I use a lot of that in the actual episodes, and, like, there's some times when, like, voice actors fuck up a line and, like, they'll screw up, and then I count that as a blooper. But I sometimes use that for a blooper, and, like, especially in this episode, this is an important episode for Ted. He's trying to get laid, and he gets fucking denied by so many women, and in the end, he actually gets one, but it's not a girl. It's Tyler.
And I've been told by Jamie that I give excellent head.
It looked like it.
You were really going at it with Ted.
If you don't know, that scene, when I was flight in first class, that was the only scene in the entire series of Rain that was done with motion capture.
Capture.
Oh my god!
So you are definitely seeing my female physique in there.
That's funny.
Oh, shoot me now! Oh my god.
Just a little behind the scenes look for you.
Was the gulping also motion, or like it can't be motion cap, but like were you there and like you actually?
That was just me swallowing up.
Okay. Oh, so that was so someone.
That was an acting choice.
Someone else was. So while you were giving someone head, you weren't just sitting in front of like a green screen and just shaking your head back and forth. There was actually another person in front of you who was also motion
Yeah, it was
cap.
Jamie.
Yeah.
He was taking
Oh my gosh.
I was taking it like a champ.
Wow.
I really put myself into my role.
So, what's bugging you?
Oh
I
boy.
have a
Need to
feeling
go all
when you
in.
walk up to someone,
Get it? All
and
in.
you just
Okay.
like,
Oh my!
I have no idea what.
So
All
if you
right.
want to hire me as a
Yeah, I
voice
get that all the
actor-
time with girls.
Be
That's
warned. You'll do a full favor.
But that's dedication, so that's a good thing, regardless. I mean, and in this scene, it required Tyler to blow some guy, but, you know, that was dedication, so we need more people like that. And maybe in the next scene, it won't be that, it might be something else. Not as disturbing. Was it, like, really, because, like, when I was making this scene, like, the later on with the BJ scene, I was laughing my ass off making it, because it was so weird, and I never thought I'd ever do this. And when I was at my friend's house, Anderson's house, he also voices the bartender
Oh, jeez.
in this scene.
Oh boy.
When I was at
I can only imagine what
Anderson was uncomfortable as shit. He was like, this is really weird. And I didn't really realize it until I was with him, and I'm just like, holy fuck, this actually is really kind of like, I don't really want to watch this scene. Like, did you guys get that from this scene, or like, were you just like, oh, whatever?
I was like,
delightfully uncomfortable.
Yeah.
yes, it's that. And then my second thought was, really, James?
Yeah, I mean, I actually...
I was okay with it because I love making people disturbingly uncomfortable. It's like my favorite thing in the whole fucking world. Ask anybody. I love it. But like, I sat there and I was like, am I supposed to be uncomfortable? I mean, like, I was mildly when I found out it was a dude. But
Hey.
Yeah, I mean...
not a homophobe, but just kind of, what? I thought you were a woman.
Like, when I was watching it the first time,
Well, you should.
like, since I wrote it, or like, I wrote that part, it wasn't that bad to me, because I already knew what was going to happen, like, when Jamie's freaking out, and like, he even, in the lines for the, for Ted, he's like, oh, I'm not going to get blown by a tranny James, and he just keeps poking at me because he knows this scene's coming up, and like, when he's screaming, like, it really, I guess from my point of view as the director, it was funny to watch it, but, like, from someone like Anderson, he's never seen this before, it's really weird, and, you know, I see that now, and I kind of regret it, but I kind of don't, because then again, it's for Ted's, I guess, quote, development, I guess. I don't know, like,
Because Ted needs to know.
One for the team.
it seems
Yes.
like, I guess now looking at it, it seems like a scene that really should never have been there, and it doesn't really contribute to anything except making Ted humiliated. So I kind of regret it, but it's already in there, and I'm not going to take it out because
How can you regret that? That's gold.
I mean, it's
I think
kind
it's
of
one the
weird.
better aspects of the series.
And this is the only
I
part
really
in
enjoyed
Rain
filming it.
Series 2. I think this is the only scene in the second season where it's just it's that, because in Series 1, I think the sexual parts, or like the main highlight, I guess, was the whole Nikki dildo thing, and in series 2, it's the whole Ted and cross-dresser thing. So there's shit.
I'm the dildo.
Segment 5, I forgot.
You always got to be receiving or giving, right?
Yeah, true. That's true. I didn't notice that. Shit. Wow. Or both. Maybe in a possible next series there will be both.
Oh jeez.
Hint, hint.
How can I watch that, Tyler? How can you do that? So proud of you.
I'm a big old whore.
I just
know.
don't get it, man. Like,
It's kind of awesome.
So Izzy, how was it to voice act Chloe? Because Chloe Moody. Well, first off, Nikki's absent for series 2. At least up to this point, she's nowhere to be seen. She's on a cruise. Chloe takes the female role of series 2, and I actually, when I was doing series 1, when Amanda Kay was voice acting Nikki, originally like her parts were going to be more sexual, and she was going to moan and crap, and I was very kind of. I don't know if I was scared. But I thought that if I put that into the script, she'd be like, I'm really uncomfortable, and I don't want to do this. And I don't want to offend anybody. I'm like, oh, shit.
Graphics girl?
Oh, graphics girl. Well, I mean, I'll get into that, but,
Real quick, after you're done with this part of the conversation, remind me that I have something to say.
Okay.
I'll forget. So, James, you do.
Okay, what was I talking? Oh yeah, so I was kind of nervous that she'd be like, oh, I'm uncomfortable doing this, and I don't want to do it, and I didn't want to like, oh, I'm leaving the show. So I cut it that happened ahead of time, but after season 1 was already done. So I made it just laughing. And so she just giggles, but it's really something else. So I was gonna. Like Chloe says a lot of sexual shit in series 2, and it's crazy, and I was shocked myself that you would do that, and at first, and Amanda Kay, before she left, she said, oh, voice actors have to do voice acting, and you know, since we do voice acting, we shouldn't be scared. We have to pretty much do anything. And since like a voice actor is required to voice act a character, and if this character is doing this event, we should do it because we are that character. We are the voice.
Don't be afraid to swallow cum.
Don't be afraid to swallow cum.
Yeah, don't be afraid to swallow cum.
Yeah, don't. And so when you said, I forget if you even said this, but you're like, oh, it's okay, whatever. So I went all out with the sexual shit for Chloe, and I was so like, your performance was great, and it was awesome to see Chloe say all this super messed up things. Like, I want you inside me, Tom. Like, saying it 5,000 times and other crap.
And it's all so calm. Like, she's supposed to be, like, just stating this, like,
yeah.
this serious thing. Yeah, and you heard, I laughed.
Yeah, you laughed your ass off. Like,
Paul,
yeah.
I just laughed, say it, and then I could be serious.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Because, like, these are the things, like, when a girl's, like, walking, like, through the store or something, she sees this really fucking hot guy. She's like, oh my god, I want him inside of me. That's the first thing she thinks of. Most chicks. Not all of them.
So when you see me walking through the store...
No, you're a cross-dresser.
Yeah, you're a cross-dresser.
You see me in my high heels.
And I just go, oh my gosh, I need to twirl my hair around. Never mind. Anyway. But no, voice acting for Chloe is, like I've told James, like, umpteen times, that it's like one of my favorite things to do, because I really get to be... Chloe is, in some cases, like, with her forwardness, is like me. Because I don't hold shit back. Especially, like,
Izzy's a
that.
rapist.
Yeah, tell that to my husband. He'll say, yeah.
You can't be serious.
Well, it's not really a bad thing, though, so, you know.
Well, that would explain why he was okay with marrying me. No, that kind of thing. A woman loves sex! A woman who wants sex more than me! Fuck! Gotta marry this bitch.
Awesome.
Anyway, so voice acting Chloe, I mean, yeah, I know James was worried about me not wanting to say anything, but he could pretty much give me anything, sexual or not. I will say it.
Well, this was before I knew you would do that, which is why I was so nervous. And which is why I censored the Nikki lines even before I even asked Amanda Kay. And I guess if I did ask her, she probably would have done it. But I don't know, like with Rain, it's kind of weird because I'm pretty sure I'm the only guy in the entire machinima community, and I could be wrong, but I think I'm like the only guy who does this, like all this sexual themes, all these words, and I'm not.
No.
There's other people.
I mean, like not
This
maybe to the
extreme.
extent that you do.
Not okay. Well, yeah. So I'm like so I go like freaking.
Softcore porn.
Yeah.
You are the most. I was about to say the most sexual machinima director, but I don't want to say it that way.
I'll say it. You are the most sexual machinima.
You big machinima hunk.
Oh my gosh! You just kicked my machinima. Yeah, so hot. Oh wait, the word that most chicks hate: moist.
Moist? Really?
Yeah.
A lot of women hate the word moist.
Why do they? I never heard about that. Why? Is it bad?
They just think. No,
What is it like?
they just
Moist?
sound
Like
bad.
the first thing I think of is like dirt. Like so, like the
I
soil's
think of
moist.
cake. The cake is moist.
The cake is moist.
Thank you, GLaDOS. Portal.
Moist. Like that's a word not to put in the scripts. Moist.
No, I don't give a shit. I'll say moist. I just said moist.
Moist.
I said a lot of chicks I know hate that word.
Moist. Wow, I never
It's
knew
like a
that.
chick thing. Like, I don't like the word moist. You know, like,
Moist.
and I'm like,
Moist.
fucking moist, bitch. Get over it.
Moist. Wow.
Moist.
Uncomfortable.
Moist.
Tyler, you had something to say. You told me to remind
Yes,
you.
I did.
Yeah, that.
People are on.
So I
That's
forgot.
right, James. I did have something to say. You mentioned Nikki being on a cruise.
Yeah.
So when we were, when James, Jamie, and I had, quote unquote, I guess you could call it writers meeting for this.
Was that the Skype call for like the outline?
Yeah, that was the Skype call for the outline. One idea we had that James ended up taking out that I totally want to bring up just so people know that it was at one point a thing. Nikki, in the first episode, there was going to be, I think Tom was going to say something about how, I think it's when he was like calling her. And then there's like
Oh,
in
yeah.
the middle of that scene.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, I want to tell this.
I'm not cheating. I'm
There
sorry.
was going to be a
You have to
shot
listen to me.
of the cruise ship, and then it suddenly explodes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know this?
Yeah.
Because I think because we were going to kill off Nikki at the time, and then
I
you
got
decided, oh wait, what if I don't want to kill off? Because I think Amanda, we didn't know if Amanda was going to come back.
Yeah.
So we thought, okay, we could kill her off,
Nikki,
and like then we loved
I
that
didn't
gag.
leave her. I put her
So
on a
then
cruise
we
so I
thought,
could
okay,
get
but if
away
we
from
don't
the
want to kill
sex.
her off,
You know this.
then we were going to have a scene,
want you
I think in the second episode,
Inside
where
I'm committed
she's
to
like
her.
walking
To
down the hallway
Nikki.
just before
I'm
the
not
ship
cheating.
explodes.
I
And
will
she sees, I think it was like she
You are
sees a
crazy.
dildo rolling
You're
by and she starts
crazy.
following it to
And
escape.
Yeah.
I'm not
No,
cheating.
no, that was going to be in
I'm
the
not
last
going out
episode
with
when
you,
she
Chloe.
comes back. We were going to say that, but yeah.
No.
Then James cut that out of the script, and I was so
No.
disappointed.
I'm sorry.
Devastated.
Oh,
I mean,
no!
I think I mean I vaguely
What are you
honestly
doing?
don't remember much about like the first beginning parts of outlining series 2 because it was like what almost a year ago.
It was a year ago.
But oh yeah, I guess it was. But I think probably the reason why I cut it out was because how the hell am I gonna make a ship blow up
Have you lost
Yeah.
your
in
mind?
Halo Reach? And you know, with the whole segment 4 thing, with the whole Falcon fights and crap, like how am I gonna do that? And that was hard enough. How am I gonna make a ship blow up?
You take a
And
picture of a ship, and then you take some Action Essentials explosion, and you throw that
Just
over it.
do it.
And how am I gonna make Nikki follow this object that constantly rolls? And I would have to go into forge
Dildos
mode.
don't really roll,
and
especially
then-
depending on their material. They kind of flop like throwing a hot dog down the hallway.
Well, regardless, how would I make it like flop down the hallway? And I mean, I guess I'm overthinking
You
it,
just
but
literally film a hot dog being thrown down a hallway.
What's funny is my husband and I wanted to do that, just kind of kill lots all the time, hot dog, because we make
oh,
like
God.
throwing it down a hall, so and we want to film it so bad.
Oh God. Oh.
We have hot dogs. We should just do it.
Oh.
Yeah, Ted.
Oh. Ooh, that's
That was a hint, James.
So,
oh, okay.
Are you okay?
Okay. How about this, Tyler? How was it to know the professor's development from getting hit with a warthog, and then by the end of the series, he's just like shooting lightning and he's trying to murder people in like a falcon that won't blow up no matter how many times it gets shot with rockets.
Well, James, that was one thing we talked about in that Skype call.
Was that like not what not to do? Because I think the original outline for Series 2 was, I think it was going to focus majority and not really only, but it was going to have a main focus on Ted getting laid, right?
No, like I mean, because majoritively, yes, it was going to be like, we wanted it to focus more on Tom, Aaron, and Ted, and that didn't happen. And we had a resolution plan for everyone, I think, and
yeah.
You asked me what I wanted to do with the professor. I think you were just asking everybody at that time, where do you want your character to go?
Because I had no idea.
That I want to be on. I think I said I'll do something crazy, and then we decided. Then you brought up getting hit with the car.
Yeah.
Maybe he tries to hunt down cars now, and then I think maybe Jamie said something about hunting down Ted, and then I'm like, oh, and he thinks he's a car.
Cool.
The thing. So I definitely, like I said, I really like doing crazy characters. So, and I was able to take it more of a, like, not just your average crazy character, and then my whole make everybody uncomfortable thing.
Yeah.
Both characters do that.
I mean, I think probably out of all the themes we've discussed, I'm pretty sure that the professor one is probably the only one that really stuck. The whole craziness.
I mean, technically the Ted thing did, but it didn't stick.
Yeah, it didn't stick as long.
It's as long as it had to in the actual. The way we picked things up, the Ted thing was well, it wasn't as prominent as it needed to be in the earlier segments, but it was. It just should have ended where it did.
Okay. Yeah, on my video. Yeah. I think I remember back in, back last year, you're just like, I don't know if it was you, but someone's like, dude, just cut the space scenes.
Jamie was
cut the
who
fucking
said,
space scenes
entirely.
And I'm like, no, I'm not cutting the space scenes. I love the space
My
scenes.
thing was, it's there already.
Did you even pay attention?
I think my thing was just, like, keep it exactly how it is, like, just cut to space.
Yeah.
Maybe kind of relate it in some way, but then, like, when you started actually writing segments and sending them over to me, I never really said anything about it, because when someone's writing something, I just like to hear them out until the point's been made. And I think the way it worked out, because you asked me before if I was going to make a review of Rain. I mean the second season.
Yeah.
And I decided I'm going to do some kind of video, like, kind of describing what I did and then, like, my overall thoughts on the show. So I might get more into this later.
Okay.
In a separate video.
Sure.
But I forgot what I was going to say.
That's okay. I have something to say. Originally in Series 1, the space scenes, it was just going to be the guy who Frank Rizzotti voiced the guy with the flaming head, and in the show his name's Frank. Funny. Yeah. So originally he was just going to say like one lines and just be like some announcer. I think, and like in the first episode he like references Red versus Blue, and then in the Series 2, I mean, and like as time went on, I don't know, I just got like this vibe to use more of that, and all those space scenes that were like longer than they should have been in Series 1 was all like added in at the last second. Like these weren't even in the scripts. I just put them in because. And yeah, in Series 2 I wanted to do more with the space characters, and I mean I like how like, I don't know, I love the space scenes. I love all the characters up there, and like later on, the French guy and Holy Junkie and all that awesome stuff is coming up. And I love, like, Frank does a great job voice acting. Like him screaming, him getting pissed off. It's awesome. I love it. And in Series 2, I liked how as the season progressed, the space characters, you know, were their little own thing, and by the end of the season, you know, they're all reunited, and you know, Tom's talking to Frank, and like the space characters and the ground characters are in like the same room, and they all come together, and I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, they got there in a really weird way, but they got there, so. And plus, I brought back, like, my original machinimas in Halo 3. I brought back, like, the 3 aliens from a show that didn't do so well, but I had a lot of fun voice acting them, and I thought, oh, I'll bring them into this show, and, like, there's a whole story behind that, and it leads to everything else, but, yeah. Yeah, Series 2 was fun to make. Yeah, so that's mine. If you want to continue. No one.
Lol, what?
What?
But yeah. So, where are we in the episode? Because I can't see it right now.
Well, I just finished segment 3 on my screen, and we're 32 minutes in. But if you want to say anything, I can like extend the video. Plus, I still have to put in the credits in the final version, so that will extend it a little bit.
Should we just sign out now?
Sure. Unless you have like nothing else to say.
Nice.
Good, boobs, awesome. Okay.
I think we all mutually agree on boobs.
Boobs.
Okay.
Thanks for watching the segment 3 director's commentary. Where can we find the guy who voices the professor, Tyler Moore? Where we can find him?
Well, you silly Willy, you can find me at Tyler Moore Films on YouTube, TylerMooreFilms.com, and you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Tyler Moore.
And where can we find Izzy Noon?
You can find, well, Izzy Dulay now, but...
Izzy Dulay.
Izzy Dulay.
Oh, did you... Oh, okay.
Okay, anyway,
What?
you can find me on YouTube with IXXHeartXXP. Bullshit, don't ask. You can find me on Facebook, which is, you know, Alduin's Rage, and I'm also on Twitter as Izzy Moon, and that's about it for me.
Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody, and stay tuned for more director's commentaries on Rising Potential. Have a good one.
Bye!
Bye.